Hey, welcome back to Hard Truths, the podcast where we cut through the nonsense and get real about what's holding you back. And today, we're tackling one of the biggest silent killers of success: worry. Let's be honest, worry is useless. It doesn't fix anything, it doesn't prepare you, and it definitely doesn't move you forward. In fact, it's doing the exact opposite. It's holding you back from making real progress. Mark Twain once said, "I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened." And science backs it up. Studies show that 85 to 90% of things we worry about never actually happen. Think about that. Almost everything that keeps you up at night, everything you stress over, everything that makes you hesitate, it never becomes real. And here's the kicker. Even when things we worry about do happen, we almost always handle them better than we expected. Worry is not preparation. It's just it's like mental self-torture that keeps you from taking action. How about this? Jim Rohn said it best. Worry is wasting today's time, cluttering up tomorrow's opportunities with yesterday's troubles. That right there is the truth. Worry is a thief that takes from today, steals from tomorrow, and keeps you chained to the past. And if you don't get it under control, it will drain the best years of your life before you even realize it. So today, we're breaking down exactly why worry is killing your progress and, more importantly, how to kill the worry habit for good. Worry is the trick your brain plays on you. It convinces you that by stressing over something, you're somehow controlling it or preparing for it. But the reality? Worry is just an outdated survival mechanism. Back in the day, humans had to anticipate real dangers. Think predators, starvation, and war. But today, your biggest threat is usually imaginary. You worry about what people think of you, about failing before you even start, about things so far into the future that they never ever even happen. And yet, none of that is actual danger. It's just noise in your head. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, said it best. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. And that's exactly what's happening. Worry is mental suffering over things that haven't even happened yet. Think about that. How many times have you spent days, maybe weeks, stressing over something only for it to never happen? Or worse, when it finally does, it's not even that bad. That's proof that worry is a waste of your time and energy. Worry isn't some harmless habit. It's an obstacle. It's like carrying a giant weight around while trying to move forward. The more you worry, the heavier it gets, until eventually you're stuck. See, overthinking everything makes you hesitant, and hesitation is where opportunity dies. You sit there analyzing every possible outcome, running every scenario in your head, convincing yourself that maybe now isn't the right time. You tell yourself you need more information, more preparation, more reassurance. And in the meantime, someone else, someone who didn't overthink it, just went ahead and did it. Worry drains your mental energy. It feels like you're being productive because you're thinking so hard, but really, you're just burning yourself out with zero results. And worse, it causes self-sabotage. When you hesitate, you miss a shot. And when you miss enough shots, you start to believe you're not capable. That's how worry turns into a cycle that keeps you stuck where you are. I want to give you my personal experience and example. A while back, I was stuck in a cycle of worrying about buying a home. The idea of being in debt felt insurmountable. I kept running the numbers, obsessing over what ifs, and convincing myself that maybe it wasn't the right time. I kept thinking, what if I can't handle the payments? What if I make a bad decision? What if the market crashes right after I buy? But then it hit me. This inaction was a real enemy. The longer I hesitated, the more opportunities passed me by. The market wasn't waiting for me to feel ready. And you know what? Once I finally pulled the trigger, I realized that all my worrying had done nothing but delayed my progress. The fear of the unknown had been worse than the reality itself. So let's talk about the 5-minute rule. One of the simplest but most effective ways to stop worrying from running your life is a 5-minute rule. Here's how it works. If you catch yourself worrying about something, give yourself exactly 5 minutes to stress over it. Let your mind go through every fear, every what if, every possible worst case scenario. But when those 5 minutes are up, that's it. No more. You shift into action mode. The reason this works is because most worry is just mental spinning. It has no productive outcome. But when you put a strict time limit on it, you train your brain to stop fixating and start focusing. You'll find that most of the time, by the end of the 5 minutes, the thing you were worrying about either doesn't seem as big anymore, or you've realized exactly what you need to do next. Try it. The next time your mind starts racing, set a timer, 5 minutes, and then move on. Here's another tool for killing worrying. That is meditation. Now, before you roll your eyes, hear me out. Meditation isn't about sitting in silence for hours and trying to think about nothing. It's about learning how to control your mind instead of letting it control you. When you worry, your brain is running in a loop, rehashing the same fears over and over again. Meditation teaches you how to step back from that loop, observe your thoughts without getting lost in them, and regain control. Even just 5 minutes of deep breathing and mindfulness can make a difference. The next time you find yourself spiraling into worry, take a pause. Close your eyes. Take slow, deep breaths. Be intentional and focus on the present moment. I want you to ask yourself, is this worry helping me, or is it just draining me? More often than not, the answer will be clear. So now that I've given a couple ideas about addressing worry, how do you stop worrying and stop winning? Well, here's the truth. You can't think your way out of worry. You have to act your way out. The antidote to worry is action. You can't outthink worry, but you can outwork it. Every time worry tries to stop you, you have to do the thing you're afraid of. That's the only way to break the cycle. And here's a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, every time you catch yourself worrying, do something about it instead. No overthinking, no hesitation, just action, no matter how small it is. So, that's it for today's episode of Hard Truths. If this hit home, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're ready to stop worrying and stop winning, let me know what actions you're taking this week. Send me a message, tag me, whatever. Just take action. See you next time. And remember, worry never changes anything. Actions do.